All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having themselves a fantastic start to their Monday morning, that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yeah, I had a really strong and successful weekend to recharge. And yeah, hopefully it's a strong and successful trading day. Let me know, please, team, if we have any issues with the live stream platform. Should have fixed all the full screen issues that we potentially experienced on Friday, but please let me know. It's not that the Discord option isn't fine, it's okay, but this is significantly better. So the latency on this is less than what exists in Discord. There should be audio here, Clint. You might have to unmute it. By default on certain devices, it's going to start muted. So please look to do that, but should be working just fine here this AM. And yeah, there is audio, guys. You just need to unmute it. Certain devices will start every video, right? And then can go from there. So yeah, like I said, guys, this week's going to be a bit of an interesting week, right? We've got a lot of volatility here overnight, or a reasonable amount of volatility here overnight. And curious to see basically how things shape up, or how things come together, or whatever it might be. This week in general is going to be a little bit of a interesting trading week, just from like a operational perspective. Just from an operational perspective, right? The stream, it has a hard cutoff here every day this week. Starting tomorrow, I'll be out of town, doing some like personal and professional development, but should still be able to stream in the mornings prior to all of my commitments. It just means that I'm going to be pretty unreachable for most afternoons, as the conference and stuff like that I'm going is a 0 phones allowed type event. So I'm going to be reasonably out of touch, but hopefully we can still get ourselves some good action in the mornings and go from there. With that being said, right, Friday was a half trading day. Not a tremendous amount of action, not a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, and a half day, right? It's kind of what we expected. We knew that it was going to be a non-trading day, and we took advantage of that just fine. Didn't place any trades on Friday, so hopefully today, right, a little bit more of that volatility kind of creeps in. You get a little bit more enthusiasm, and then we can go from there, guys. The same rules, right? Sorry about that. Same rules here, guys, right, as when I am streaming on Discord or streaming on YouTube or whatever. Please, guys, be careful with the chat and the DMs and all this kind of stuff. Please don't be sending me a million DMs at once. During the trading day, we have the live chat features. Please use those. All right, so ES here, right? Let's start there. Red candle, right? Pre-market. Green candle there yesterday, decreasing volume, fine. It's a 1 for 3 here. Chat working fine, guys. Chat working fine, yeah. Should only have disappeared once, DJ Martek. Should have only disappeared once. And we're looking for a move towards 870. Okay, and then 6,900 would be kind of our target, which is sort of this level up here. Then we can go up to like 6,920, 6,930. Okay, and then to the downside here, we're looking for a move through 800. And then we've got it mapped out through 6750. Volume appears to be going in and out. I don't have any issues from my end on the microphone. Chris? Anyone else having any microphone issues? All right. Sorry, Chris. Seems like it's a you problem. Okay, NQ. So we've got a similar story there, right? Green candle, pathetic volume. And then we're gapping down. So again, 1 for 3 here to the upside. Starting point here for a move is going to be 25.6. 25.9. We'll go up towards 26,000. To the downside here, we're looking for a move towards 25.1. Again, pretty well mapped out. We did our good prep on Friday, so our levels are totally reasonable. All right, sweet. CL. Red candle decreasing volume, gap down, or red candle here. So 2 out of 3 to the downside without. And then we're looking 58.50 kind of as our starting point here. Okay. And then to the upside, we're looking for a move towards 60. Again, we have it pretty well mapped out here already. Oh, YouTube, sorry. YouTube's, for now, guys, going to be using pretty much only a backup link, right? So if this stream dies for whatever reason, we can use the YouTube here as a backup for it. I would recommend not doing that though, right? The latency on this live stream, the one that 123 of us are watching right now, it's 0.15 milliseconds. So it's about 1,000 times faster than the blink of an eye. Whereas the latency on YouTube is going to be about 3 seconds. So significantly longer than that. I don't know, 20,000 times more latency or whatever the math ends up being. So I would recommend using using the stream here hosted inside DTR. We're spending a lot of money, right, to give us the best possible streaming option, and it is significantly better than the YouTube availability. Like I said, YouTube is a backup for us, so if things crash or things don't work, we have a smooth and easy transition. But this should be fully accessible on mobile, should be accessible on your computer as well. And it should be a lower latency option for absolutely everybody. All right, Apple. Green candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So 1 for 3 here again. And we're kind of expecting that across the board, right? Because Friday was a half day. Tesla, same thing, 1 for 3. Microsoft, 1 for 3 to the upside this time. Amazon, 1 for 3 again. AMD, green candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So again, 1 for 3. NVIDIA, red candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So 2 out of 3 to the downside without volume, fine. Meta, 1 for 3 to the upside. Netflix, 1 for 3 to the upside. Google, red candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So 2 out of 3 to the downside without volume. And then the old Vixaruni here is hanging out at 18.09. So definitely have a little bit of volatility, right? Or a little bit of potential for just a tad bit of chaos here this AM. Well, we'll see how that goes. All right, for those of you who have some issues, guys, with the audio, everyone can confirm if it's working fine as expected on both mobile and desktop. Can you guys just quickly confirm here? No issues for people? Yeah? All right, amazing. How was everyone's weekend? Perfect. Good to hear. Pushing snow. Yeah, I hear that. It's actually faster than Zoom, Susie. It's faster than Zoom. So this is faster or lower latency, guys, than any other possible option, right, that we had available to us. So it's like I said, the latency on this is 0.15 milliseconds. So that's faster than it's 1,000 times faster than blinking an eye, right? For reference, about as fast as it can possibly get. Yeah, and so like Zoom, for example, its latency is approximately 0.35 milliseconds. Discord is about 0.4 milliseconds. And then YouTube is about 3 to 5 seconds, right? So should be able to, there's a mute button, right, guys? The video starts automatically muted just by certain browsers, right? So browsers will allow you to auto play videos, but they won't allow you to auto unmute. So you guys need to unmute, right? All right, so we got about, I don't know, 2 minutes here till market open. Yes, GPM Fowler, there is a YouTube link. Deb, how do you sign up? You make an account on the website. Guys, there have been a million posts about this. So guys, like we shouldn't be like this. We should be much smoother on this onboarding process, guys. I've posted dozens of times about this. There have been a whole set of emails that have gone out to everyone here this weekend. So please, guys, right, control the variables we can control. The YouTube is posted in the same place as it always has been. The website should be working for absolutely everybody. There should be no issues there. No, pre-market price big dog does not show up in the same way on futures as it does on equities. DJ Martek, you're looking at it incorrectly. Prop firm accounts don't have the same margin requirements as traditional like margin accounts. And guys, we're using this chat here as an FAQ section for your prop firm or as a Google chat. It should not be the reality. This members chat, right, and all members chats, as are the rules that you guys agreed to before you entered the live stream, are talking about asking things to be about the trading strategy, not to bring in any tech issues, not to bring in any extra noise or baggage. If we're going to abuse those rules, you will be banned and muted. So please, guys, right, I ask everyone to accept the stream rules prior to joining, respect them, or we will use tools to make sure that we keep the stream right on topic. So if we're going to ignore those requirements, you will be restricted from like basically participating inside the live chat features. We need to be very deliberate, guys, in how we are using that chat. And we can go from there. So please, guys, right, take those rules seriously. They are there to improve everyone's quality of life and show some respect to your other market participants. because it's extremely unfair for you to use this, right, in some other context because you can't do your work yourself. That understood? You don't have to want to repeat that every single day. Again, that is extremely unfair. So is that understood by everyone? All right. So markets have opened here, guys. Let's see what's in store for us here today. If you need more information on the 3-for-3 system, right, you can go through all the resources available to you. This is now time to trade, guys, not the time to catch up on information. So please, let's take that seriously. All right, so not a massive opening range. Good volume. Obviously, we're going to get bigger volume than what we saw on Friday. That's almost a guarantee, right? So our base expectation here today, right, is non-trending price action until we get some sort of proven otherwise, right? So we got a little bit of work to do before it's appropriate or before it's ready. I don't know about that, TD. We shall see. I'd be very surprised to get a trade on CL. But yeah, guys, this live stream should be smoother, higher quality, and lower latency than any other option, right, that we have. So please get used to its functionality or get familiar with it. Shouldn't be anything too crazy here. Should be pretty basic to use. If you guys have any issues, right, consistently, we can try to fix them. But for now, I think it should be pretty simple, pretty basic. There's also, Gary, a live chat that you have that's just attached to the live stream. Same way that we had it with Discord, same way we had it with YouTube. You can still use the classic chat room, that's fine. But yeah, maybe a little bit easier to just use this one. And there are still a few little glitches here and there, guys, that we need to figure out and to sort out. But it's yeah, it's coming along really nicely. We're in great shape here. And pretty awesome first week using it. I think we had something like 250K worth of team P&L. Nice, Sam. That's a good problem to have. I don't think I've ever had anyone complain that the stream is ahead of them before. So that's a welcome bit of feedback. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, you guys, we're not going to be able to create a faster, lower latency environment. Yeah, a little bit of a sticky move here. That 2, 3, 4 times it's tried. We'll give it a bit of time. Pretty big opening move, right? Or like a pre-market move. So generally when it's a pretty aggressive pre-market, tends to take a little bit longer for the market to give us like a reasonable entry or reasonable setup, but we'll see. Yeah, and the reason, guys, why it's so fast, because I'm paying for servers all over the world, right? So we've got a server on the East Coast, we've got a server on the West Coast, we've got a server in Europe, and we've got a server in like kind of like the Australia area. So everyone should have really rapid access, and there should be very limited discrepancies between one, if you're watching it in, I don't know, let's say Asia versus watching it in New York, should be the exact same access. There's a few of you guys out there, so I gotta make sure you're fine. Again, a much more serious version of DTR, or a much more yeah, I think serious is probably the right way of describing it. But this is a pretty awesome improvement, guys. I'm really stoked on it. And it should mean that when I'm traveling, so we'll test this out this week pretty well. But you guys, it should be a much more hotel friendly setup. So you guys remember when I was in London and I had to hotspot off my phone? It should mean a little bit should be a little bit better handling that instead of through YouTube, where YouTube was a freaking disaster. So there should be a little bit better. All right, so still no increasing volume here on NQ, even though we are above 300. ES, same thing, right? Kind of steps down volume wise, not steps up. A little bit of a potential concern. So we're still going to wait. So someone was asking if there's a way to rewind the live stream here inside the platform. There is not. I want to keep that on purpose so that if people have any internet issues or whatever, it brings them back to the most recent, or whatever, brings them back to live, right? If they got booted out. If you want to replay something, you want to watch something back, it's going to be all posted on YouTube. That stream is still active and available. So if you want to replay something, you're more than welcome to there. But yeah, I wouldn't play around with that too much during the trading day. You'll end up just getting stuck on something that you don't want to get stuck on. Okay, so we have a good chance here to get a little rejection thesis, right? Very high probability that we're going to get increasing volume on this candle. So weird that it's December 1st. We do have data at 9:45 and then again at 10. The 9:45 data is yellow folder, so not expecting it to be high impact. Okay, so let's see here if we get a decent rejection. That's a pretty good sell off there off of 300. Not a massive opening range here today, right? Only 41 points. Last week, we were seeing it double that pretty comfortably. So we'd be looking at something like this for now, 286 stop loss. Reference price, so just go this low, so about 274. And if it doesn't behave as expected here, we still got about a minute on this 1 min, or on this 3 min, a little bit more time here. So we don't have to be in a huge rush. I also don't need to be in a huge rush to get an entry here prior to 9:45, 6:45 Pacific. But I will start to set things up here a little bit, team. Right, just to be prepared. So, okay, we'll be watching this now on the 3-min, right? Pretty good volume, pretty nice breakdown. So let's keep an eye. And then the 3-min, right? We have a slightly larger profit target, right? So you'd be targeting 124-ish. We'll reset this. Then it does give us a little bit of time here prior to our next bit of info. Not the best close though, right? I would say that that probably fails on confirmation. That 2-min probably gets invalidated by that doji. So at this point, I think I have no choice but to wait it out effectively. We'll see how this behaves. Okay, so maybe we get this on the 5-min, right? Which could be a pretty good set of timing because that should close right as that 9:45 data is dropping. So it should give us a possible opportunity here. 55 points, a little bit more of a reasonable opening range. For sure, get behind that. Guys, the YouTube link is always posted in the Discord, right? Under the live stream link tab. That has not changed. I do not understand why people in Discord can't find it. The same place it's always been. It has not changed. So please, guys, right? Take control of the variables you can control. Yes, there is a live stream. Yeah, not a great close, right? So we're being told maybe more indecision than continuation at the moment, right? For sure, kind of behaving more that way. So we're going to have to be pretty patient here. So far, so indecisive. Okay, so again, we've got pretty good increasing volume, but we keep struggling right around that 300. So we'd like to see NQ break, close, and hold above 300 here. Right, that's going to be kind of our barrier to entry, if you want to call it that. Ah, fuck. Sorry, that one was on me, guys. When I click out of the stream, it seems to kill it. So apologies. I'll make sure I fix that. So we did break, close, and hold above 300, right? Pretty reasonable. Everyone back in the stream? Yeah, everyone okay? Yep, all right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we're possibly looking here on a 3-min breakout setup. We don't really want to see in bouncing too much below this 300, right? We want to see that 300 continuing to act as support. So 287 would be the stop loss now for a long. Pretty good absorption there. So I would have my reference price to be about 300-ish. Something like that. So 296 is the reference price here. Stop loss, right, would be 287. Might have just missed it setting up my order, so we'll reset this. Okay, so still watching here carefully, guys. Still watching here carefully. Okay, if this sets up, we might just look for an aggressive entry again, right? So reset our sizing, right? Reset our references. So let's see if we get a little fake out here again off of this like 320-ish type zone. So there it possibly is. Let's see. And if this thing pulls back, I would also still be interested here. So I don't need to change anything yet. So now we're going to be looking at a stop loss 306. And reference price would be called 315-ish. Tried to get a fill at 312.50. Did not get one. So I'm going to reset. And that for me, I think was more of an execution issue than a price issue. Again, resetting here. There's a little extra fake outs. So now stop would be 302 or 301, guys. 301 stop loss. And I'm looking for a gentle pullback right under that blue line. Okay, so stop would be 301.50. Looking for an entry under 315.50. Okay, watching here carefully. No way I didn't get a fill again. Would have been a bad fill. Lame. Tried to get in at 315.50. It sent my order at 316, and then price was instantly 325. So not ideal there, but hey, that's life. And again, I'm not going to chase it, right? Just because I missed my entry doesn't mean I need to now get like revenge and jump in. I want to set it back up, right? So I have that asymmetric upside, and I'm not doing anything stupid, truth be told. Still might get a chance here. Price has moved, but it hasn't moved that much. Or maybe we could do like a 321 stop loss. And then reference price would be like 330-ish. So that's what I have now set up, guys. Stop loss would be 321. I was close, but that was no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Mean. Very mean. No, very mean, but that's okay. The trade is strong, right? It'll give us multiple chances to enter. We don't need to FOMO our way into an undisciplined entry. Not worth it. Can almost guarantee that. And we have an opportunity here potentially on the 2-min as well. Still got a little bit of time before market data, so no big deal. And this here, I mean, I guess we're targeting 400, 500. It's got to be pretty tight. Let's see if we can get a little failure first, right? So we need a 361 stop loss for now. It's been a straight line, right? Not a single pullback yet. So we want to see a little fake out under 360. And then once we see that, right, then the reference price will be blue line. Might not get it. Yeah, and if it doesn't happen, we'll reset here on the 3. Potentially reset back on the 2. Yeah, kind of gutted. I missed that initial entry. Bit disappointing. So we're not clicking submit right on this touch here, guys. I'm waiting still for a little 360 failure, right? Or a 360 fake out, I should say. It's like I'm waiting for a skateboard trick, right? So there's 351 potentially, a little bit better. I'll be looking at like a 358, right, as my reference price then. And again, immediate higher high. So bit mean, but fine. Motherfucker. Anyone catch this earlier on in the play? Nice. Let's go, Josh. Nice work. Yeah, we know, Sean. We know. So there's your possible fake out again. So you'll be looking at like 346 maybe. Not really behaving like a fake out, so we're going to wait. We got data in a minute, so we'll just wait it out now. At what point did you get stopped out, Austin? Hey, that's a fantastic reason to close a trade, Miles. Congratulations. Okay, so you didn't really give yourself. You went short, Austin, when we were trying to go long, right? So you had your order set up the wrong way. Okay, but if you were long, why was your stop loss price above your entry price? Nice work, Tank. Congratulations. Okay, so now we're looking at a possible like 360 stop loss. Let's see how this thing behaves, just how it digests that initial data. Let's see if we get a little fake out here. Ooh, wrong time frame. Okay, so we're looking at a 353 stop loss. Okay, I don't have time for this right now, Austin, but you told me 3 different prices now on your entry, so I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, so 353 would be the stop loss here, guys. Go reference price right around 65-ish I'm watching here. Ah, mean. Nice work, Audrey. Congratulations. Okay, so still watching here. Higher high, higher low. Can't say that candle necessarily invalidates me. And I'm having some curses of getting filled today. Okay, well, now I'm in, guys. Now I am in 363 on the dot. I just got stopped out. Might try this again here. 348 would be the stop now. You go reference price there. Starting to flush. I'm going to wait. Hey guys, I'm back in 347, 347. Let's see if this thing can go. Stalling a little bit, maybe, for my liking here. Okay, I took the stop loss again. Tough start. Absolutely, Audrey. That's the right thing to do. 100%. Man, I'm getting stopped out on kind of bullshit here. All right. Let's see if we can get one more crack at this potentially. Let's see if it can set up as either a fake out, right? Or as either just high conviction breakdown. Okay, we're kind of stuck a little bit. Very bouncy all of a sudden now, too, which I think is pretty annoying. But does tell us that there's a lot of bulls or a lot of absorption, right, at these levels. All right, so let's see what we got here still in store. Pretty good little fake out now. Question is, where do we put our stop loss, right? 344 maybe would be our most logical spot. The target here of 400. Would have to look like something like that. Not giving us a ton of flexibility. No, because this fails as a confirmation candle, right? This 10 a.m. candle stock what? Right? It's a not a confirmation standard candle. We want it to be a most bearish, second most bearish, right? Or normal body bearish. It's not that. So we still have set up to the upside here. Sitting on about $1,000 down. Not the best, but all right. Every entry we would have had would have been green. So the issue here hasn't been the thesis, it's been the setup. Yeah, guys, the full screen should work just like every other full screen platform you have ever used. Right? So I don't necessarily understand the tech differences here. For the tech complaints, it should be really basic. Okay, so we're possibly looking here now again, right? You're looking at a 357 stop loss. Let's see if it keeps going. And now you're looking at a 352. You're looking at 359 as an entry. So watching here carefully, team. I might have a bit of the curses here today. Okay, still watching. Hey guys, I'm in 355. Let's see if we can get this to go. It's kind of stalling, kind of a bullshit entry maybe. It's got to be a little bit careful here. Okay, so you can keep pushing. Want to see it get over 370. That's kind of our target now. There it goes. Let's see if we can keep popping. 375. So in good shape here. Oh, might have jinxed it. And not a super strong candle, which I don't like. Okay, so focus now, guys, is closing as P&L is increasing here. It's very, very weirdly bouncy. Come on, get over 70. Kind of stalling out again. All right, guys. So I'm out at 66.50, maybe a little bit of a prematurely exit, but I don't like how this thing is bouncing. Doesn't feel particularly sustainable. Well, now, of course, it's going to run to 400. So we'll reset this and try this again. But I just didn't like how my entry felt. It was far too bouncy. 10 points up, 10 points down, 10 points up, 15 points down, 20 points up, 10 points down, right? Type movement. So I had an opportunity to be green on the day. I'm going to take it. That puts my P&L on the session to be $74 and some change. Take profit here is the white line, 400. Stop was set to 351. I'm always rounding it down to the nearest round number. I know that's kind of tough, but I'm always just rounding it down to the nearest round number. That's kind of my objective. On trades, guys, where it's a little bit we took 3 attempts here basically at one thesis. If my stop isn't clear, please ask, because that's definitely the one thing that sometimes I'll forget to adjust on my screen. We may have another attempt here, another crack at it potentially. So now stop, right, would be low of whatever this candle is, so 350. We're going to wait. We're going to be pretty patient here. Okay, so this is probably setting up now as a possible rejection / reversal, right? We got 50 seconds to go on this. We've cracked through those lower lows. It looks like it's going to be an increasing volume standard, so now we wait. Okay, so now we're in bearish regression territory, right? Increasing outlier volume on that candle. You can see its little turtle head popping out there. And so now this target, right, would be low of day. Oh, something like this on this short. Let's see where it fails first. So again, here, right, I'd just be rounding up to like 355 or yeah, at 356, 357 would probably be the stop loss. Don't know reference price yet, so be patient. Okay, so now our fake out price would be higher. So we'd be looking at a 365. Reference price would be about there-ish. Again, too fast. Now it'd be 370. Okay. So we can get a pullback here. 10 more points. We need to pull back now. So watching carefully here. All right, guys, I'm in 360.25, 360.25. Stop loss at that 370 area. Ooh, don't like that pullback bounce. That was not great. Really didn't like that pullback to 360. Really didn't like it. Yeah, it felt gross. So I'm going to look for my exit, guys. I'm going to look for my exit. Come on, find it, find it. Okay, I closed, guys, at 59.50, 59.50. I'm going to potentially try this again, but felt early on that entry. So I'm going to take my 50 bucks. But yeah, for sure felt early on that entry, right? If it's strong, it's going to go in our direction and then not bounce back 10 points like that aggressively, right? So for sure the right decision. Just saved myself some money. Puts me now on 150 bucks on the day. Dinner on me. But no hopium allowed, guys, right? No hopium allowed. That's probably the most dangerous trading emotion. How's the latency for everyone? Everyone okay? Good. Love to hear that. Again, it should not be noticeable, right? Like by the time I finish saying I'm long, you would have heard it. So again, it's not that our idea was wrong, right? It's that our entry timing was wrong. We would have been stopped out on this before it gets down to this 354 or 350 area. So we can pretend we would have made money on this, but that would have been make believe. That better to be a little bit deliberate. We're going to wait, right? See if this resets here for a nice little bearish breakdown. See. To be looking at like a 351 stop loss for now. Not terrible. Then reference price like 342-ish. But watch how this thing climbs here, guys. Watch how this thing climbs. Good reaction there. Let's see if we can get a nice, gentle pullback into that entry zone now. Close. Gave me exactly 42.50, not better. So again, let's wait. All right, guys, I'm in 44.25, 44.25. Stop loss at that 51. Feel a little bit greasy about this entry here again. Okay, let's see if we can keep going here. It's got a flush from this point. Don't like that. This thing is bouncy. Okay, so we can get through 30. I don't like this at all with how bouncy it is. Oh, there goes through 30. Let's see if it can flush now. Got to be a big flush. Oh, fuck me. All right. So now watching very carefully here, guys. Excellent follow through on that. That got through 30 and 20 in one go. So I would probably argue this move's happened a little bit faster than I expect. So now priority is closing this and making sure I finish with a big win. So let's see if we can find an exit here. Come on. Instantly back to that 30-ish range. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Nice work, Darren. Congratulations. Oh, fuck. This thing pulled back fast. What the hell? Okay, so really focusing, guys, on closing as P&L is increasing now. Looking for my exit. Have to. Ah, it's a pain in the ass trade. That little pullback was really, really gross. Exit price for me, guys, was 39. Exit price was 39. All that work, a little bit frustrating, actually. That bounced back to our entry zone way too easily. Great work, Hank. Great work. I mean, I can't complain. It puts me at almost $1,000 here on the day, but I was up like 3K at one point on that trade. I didn't quite get it where I wanted just with how bouncy it was. So that's a little bit frustrating. The objective here, right? Keep your head. Market's still giving us lots of volatility, lots of action. So we're going to continue to be pretty deliberate here, but it's a nice green day. Nice work, Jared. Excellent work. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe it's maybe a bit of hopium there, but I thought, when we're under 310, that it was for sure going to hit 300. Hey, sounds good, Roberto. A day where you make money, but you didn't feel your sharpest, that's a good day. It means you stuck to your rules and you followed your process as well. So congratulations, man. That's fantastic. Ah, fuck. Okay. Yeah, we could add emojis to this chat for sure. Nice work, Tafur. Yeah, good first day for everyone on the platform. Yeah, good first day. Everyone feeling good? Amazing. Let's go, Joshua. Congratulations. Love that, Audrey. Appreciate that. Hey, thank you, Texas Trader. I'm pretty proud of this thing too, guys. I won't lie. It's probably the best thing I've ever built. Let's go, VSJ Trades. Hey, $7, Kobe, my man. Only needed $1 more to get the golden day there for you. Hey, nice work, Audrey. Well done for building up that buffer so responsibly, to be honest. Keep it up. Don't force anything here to get that extra $4 now. We'll let the market tell us what to do, right? We're reacting to the market, not our P&L. That's our objective here, team. Good, guys. Love to see everyone having a good morning. It's so funny how it is with trading, right? It's like not many jobs you look forward to a Monday. I would say trading you very much do. And that's, I don't know, it gives me so much gratitude. To feel like I wake up excited to work every day. That's pretty awesome. I think we're pretty lucky. All right, we got a little bit of time here, guys. I'm gonna go just fill up my cup of coffee here. I'll be back at, I don't know, give me 45 seconds. Joel, it sounds like your risk management was just very solid, right, this morning. So it should be pretty sweet. I'm not going to say anything too aggressive here, guys. Nothing too crazy. But this is part one of a, we'll call it like refresh of DTR. I want to use the term refresh carefully because we're not fixing anything that's broken, but we're trying to set it up here so that this platform, this service, gives you every tool you need to be as successful as you can be as a trader. I won't say anything more specific than that, but over the next few months, there's going to be a lot of really fun and exciting changes due to DTR, which should make everyone's life as a trader just a little bit more profitable. So I'm really excited for that, truth be told. So this is stage one of many upcoming stages. I mean, a live meetup for sure, Mike, would be really cool. Not quite exactly what I mean. I meant about like day-to-day stream and trading. These are all trading functions that we'll be improving and adding and giving people access to. I'm honestly such an introvert that yeah, planning out an event, I'm gonna have to hire professional help to do something like that. But it would be really fun to do something. All right, so now we're again looking for a high vol breakdown. So again, guys, it's not that our idea was wrong, it's that we were early, right? So like it would have retested our entry, what, 3 times, maybe 4 times prior to breaking down. Nice to have the right thesis, but if we got to spend all that time waiting for the move to happen, what else about our thesis is incorrect, right? So if this trade is strong, if we get that violent red to green, sorry, green to red type PA, which we're setting up for quite nicely, we should still be able to find another entry here to the downside. So we'll be patient. I also really disliked how fast it went from like 315 back to 340, right? It was absolutely horrific with how fast it pulled back into our zone. 5 min looks decent. Let's take a look. It does, yeah, good eye. All right, so you want to see a little fake out here above 292-ish. I appreciate that, Ruben. Yeah, like I said, guys, it should be a much higher quality stream than anything we ever got on Discord or Zoom or even YouTube. I've heard everyone's feedback, fixed it loud and clear. Hopefully this is smoother and better going forward. All right, so there's our possible little fake out, right? Let's see if it sustains. And we kind of want to see it flushing away from this area. Ideally, not really going too much above 300, right? We want to see 300 acting as effectively resistance, right, for a bull case scenario, or support, right, for a bearish scenario. So if it pulls up to like 320, probably not a good sign that bears are in control, right? I think Kiki was mentioning it this morning about how 300 ended up being like a little bit of a point of interest, right, on that opening bar or second candle of the day. And we haven't really turned that into support yet, and we haven't really turned it into resistance. So a little bit of a messy opening hour or so, hour 10 minutes or so. But hey, we're green, so we'll get it. Yeah, I won't be able to complain too much about that. Yeah, not the right candle for me to call that a reversal though. So I would still need like a green candle shape here to give me an indication that bulls are in control. Otherwise, right, I'm kind of just expecting indecision because that's effectively what we've had here. We've had pretty good range bound indecision, which is a little bit of an oxymoron, but it's been like big candles that get stuck in one place again, right? Like a little bit of an oxymoron, but we're making money more because of the volatility than the market giving us a trend day, right? I want to be a little bit careful here, not to basically just front run entries or front run exits. Just as a FYI here, guys, right? Like I mentioned, start of the stream, I'll mention it now because we got more people watching. But this week, right, we have the live stream going as normal, Monday through Friday, maybe not on Friday, potentially no stream on Friday. But the stream will be running as normal even when I'm in Vegas for this conference. I just will have a hard out every single day. So I'm going to have to be done by no later than 11 Eastern. But we should still be able to trade and stream in the morning. But I will just have a hard out and then won't have the ability to do one-on-one calls in the afternoons this week. So I'm going to be at the conference from about 9 a.m. Pacific to about 6 or 7. And then I imagine I'll have some stuff that are going on in the evenings. It's a Alex Hermosi event, Mike. Yeah, he's sweet. But I mean, trying to learn some more stuff, improve the business, improve the product you guys get access to, and yeah, it's good to talk to people who are more successful than you. All right, so we have a possible opportunity, right, for a reversal scenario here. Main problem is basically just our profit target, right? Our target is not that far away, so we might struggle a little bit from a risk reward perspective here. But it is a good breakout or a good little bounce, right? But risk reward here is going to be challenging. I'd be looking 346 as an entry, but like very patiently here, guys, right? Very patiently. I still kind of want to see a fake out under that 340. If I get that failure, then we should be full systems a go. So let's see if it happens here. Okay, there it possibly is. And now deeper. So that'd be 331 now. Again, might be deeper. Yep. Keep being patient here. That was a very good bounce. Now we're looking at a 327 stop loss. Right. And reference price, I'd kind of split the middle there. 335 would be the reference price. Okay, a little bit too fast. Pull back there. So I think another fake out's still coming. Okay, so now stop would be 326. And again, as I see it pull back here into my reference price, I want it to pull back very slowly, right? Okay, guys, I am in average price 330.75, 330.75. Stop loss is 325. That's a good little pop there. Good little pop. Again, early, I think, on my entry. Yeah, I still feel early. But, it's a tough one to reconcile. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm out of this. Again, just hated that feeling. We're having some stop loss issues here, guys. I'm a little bit surprised by the inconsistency a little bit. Okay, so again, we possibly have another chance to set this up. I would be looking at a 317 stop loss. Potentially lower. So watching again here, watching again. You're looking at a 315 stop. All right, guys, I'm back in 320 on the dot, 320 on the dot. Still struggling to fall in love with a lot of these reactions. I mean, that's much better, but then it dies so fast. All right, this thing's pushing now. All right, finally. So again, now focus, guys, right? Don't give back P&L. Focus on closing as P&L is increasing. This thing is a freaking bouncy lunatic. $341. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Annoying. Come on. Get over the 40s. Nice work, Miles. Come on. One more good pop above 40. I got my finger on the trigger here, guys. Got my finger on the trigger. There it goes. See if we can get it. All right, sweet, guys. I am out. Exit price 345.50. 345.50. Excellent trade. Excellent trade. Woo. Turned into a really, really nice day here, team. Really nice day. Nice work, Kath. Let's go. Everyone green here on the session? Yeah? Everyone green here on the session? Nice work, Kerr. Kerr the first. I like that. Nice work, Audrey. That puts you up and over your standard. And guys, right? Good decision to close where we did, right? Again, good decision. Nice work, Hank. You're having a big day. I love that. Nice work, Miles. Congratulations. And we trade like this every day, right? We trade like this every day. I don't know what my green streak is at right now, but I don't think I've had a red day since like early September. So I'll probably jinx myself here now, but love that, Hofka. And again, no greed here today, right? No hopium, none of that kind of stuff. We just took the action that was in front of us, and we stayed focused, right, on not making any too dumb decisions. Again, there was that one trade where I was up like $3,000 and I didn't take it, which it's like kind of twisting a knife into my ribs a little bit. But you know what? All things considered, here up $3,600, pretty good day. Yeah, go enjoy your day, Kiki. Absolutely. Same thing with you, Hank. 1,500, almost $1,600 on the session. You should be thrilled. Jared, $1,400. Amazing work. Good P&L across the board here, team. I love that. Should get us quite a bit over. So like last week, right? Team had $251,000 in team profits, which is awesome. And we were using, I don't know, maybe 15% of people were uploading their data. So I imagine this week we've got a good chance to get way, way over that number as team profits, which I think is freaking awesome. Oh, Joel, I'm sure we're already there at that now. Yeah, no worries. Everything here is about being the best loser we can possibly be, right? Losing small, committing to that process. That's how we win. And so our number one objective here is being the best loser possible. If we lose small, then we don't need a 90% win rate to be green, right? We can be honestly green on like 30% of our trades and still be wildly profitable. And so we make it, or we create a lot of margin for error for ourselves that way. And it makes our life tremendously easy as traders, or tremendously easier. I don't know if it's ever easy. That's the objective, right? Be the best loser possible, control the variables you can control, and focus on closing your trades as your P&L is increasing. If you do all those things, you're going to be in great shape as a trader. If you skip those steps, you're probably going to struggle. CSV file, Hofka, CSV file. Nice work, Joe. 3-to-1 risk reward. That's fantastic, right? If for whatever reason, guys, you want to upload in a different format, right? Raise a tech issue, tech ticket, and I'll try to get it fixed, right, this week to be as basically robust as possible. There's still like a few little glitches here and there that we're still trying to iron out, and I'm not going to push out a big update until all of those things are done. So there's a lot of stuff that's running fine on the production, but just needs to be pushed out to development mode. At this point, I need to see a breakout above high a day. It's good volume, but my target here is 390. So like just risk reward wise to get a move from 374 to 390, not good enough. I need to now get a breakout. Yeah, I'll probably call it through 400, right? Prior to wanting to be aggressive again. But I also think, like, what's the value in placing more trades to a certain extent, Joel? Been a really strong trading session. I don't know if I need more action. And like I said, I have a hard cutoff every day this week. So I'm kind of like running out of time a little bit. Yeah, you can pop out the community chat, Gary. There should be a button that says pop out, and you should be able to pop that one out. And then yeah, guys, one or I guess a couple other things here before I go. So Discord, right? The reason we're transitioning away from Discord is there's just too many scammers, too many people impersonating me. As of right now, I have 27 impersonators that I have found, right? So 27 people who are pretending to be Michael DTR in some sort of fashion or another. So we're transitioning away from Discord for that reason, right? The platform sucks for a privacy and security perspective. It's honestly egregious in how they protect their users and how they set it up so scammers can have so much fun with it. And I hate that. It keeps me up at night, truth be told. So at this point, guys, I will not send anybody a direct message on Discord, right? Everything here should be done through this portal or through my email. There is no way for strangers to direct message you here. Only people who are DTR members can message other DTR members. We have a lot more security, I guess, within that context. So please be extremely careful. I will not be sending you any Discord messages. If you need anything from me, right, send me a message here, a direct message here. Everyone should have access to that. Or send me an email, right? Again, there are no Michael at DTR Trading email impersonators. And then this is effectively going to be our last week using Discord. So the server will be deleted by like early next week. And so it won't be active anymore. Everything that is valuable effectively has been uploaded to this website in some context or another. If you feel like there's anything missing, if you feel like there's features that you want added in, please raise a tech support ticket and I'll be able to sort you guys out and get that fixed. My objective with this platform is that it's, for you guys, right? A lot of tools here, like how the stream is set up and all that kind of stuff. That's for me, just to give me the access and the tools I want to do a good job. But if you want other features, you want other rooms, you want other whatever, you guys let me know, and I'll do my very best to make sure that everyone has, exactly what they need to become the best trader they can possibly be. Is that fair? So, guys, any questions about today's trading day? Anything along those lines? Any questions? Nice work, Wall Street Flip. Look, I'd be careful, right? Trading for a P&L number. You're green on the day. It's gonna be more valuable, right, to finish up $60 than to see that $60 turn into a red trade trying to make 300, right? So green days turn into green weeks turn into green months turn into FUs to your boss. So focus more on compounding green days more than green trades, right? If that makes sense. I love that. Great answer. Like not every day team is going to be, all-time highs in P&L or like the biggest trading day we've ever had. So we don't need to play for that game, right? We need to play for a more deliberate kind of outcome or more deliberate process, right? However you want to describe it. And generally, trading for a number tends to not end well. Let's put it that way. Love that, Ore. Yeah, great day. Great day here, team. A lot of fun. Like, yeah, almost $3,700. I can't really complain about that. So Chuck, all you got to do is you got to just download your broker statement or your prop firm statement and just upload it into the import tab. So it should be really easy. You just download your data, Chuck, and then you just upload it. Shouldn't be any issues with that there. It should be pretty simple. Let's go, Bryce. Well done. So I didn't make 4,500 today, Waterman. I made like 3,700 bucks, something along those lines. 36.7403. And I trade keep my max loss to be about $500. So it just really depends. Likely to be your commissions, Gary. Yeah, it's likely to be your commissions. And the AI guy, so the AI performance analysis right now is at the worst it's ever going to be. Project X should allow you to download CVS or CSV. Right, should allow you to download those files. I posted something in the members chat about how to do it this morning. So it should be available to do that. I did test that feature. Yeah, Gary, Project X, you can download your file from it. I have tested it, so I know it works. So it could just be a date range thing or something along those lines. A 1 point move with 5 contracts on NQ would be $100, correct? But yeah, like I was saying, right, guys, the AI analysis right now is the worst it'll ever be, right? So, as it gets used more and more, as I start to see what the most common questions are and feedback is, I'll be able to trade it and improve it. Yeah, so your trade evade, Gary, is just going to be reflecting the commissions paid. That's going to be the $15 difference approximately. That's my guess. Right, so your orders, when you submit your orders, it doesn't show you the commissions paid, right? It shows you the difference between your entry price and your exit price. Not commissions, right? So if you just submit your orders or your order history, it doesn't have your commission history there. And so that's why that $15 difference exists. Yeah, Hofka. So I'm able to see everyone's trading journal, right? So everyone who is a member, I can see their dashboard and their individual trades. I can't change any settings. I can't edit anything. It's a pure view only mode. But the idea here, right, is that I'm going to be able to go through end of day, look through everyone's trades, right, see where people are doing well, see where they need improvements, and then really tailor the feedback to you and your trading. So what the idea here is that I say this all the time to people in their onboarding calls. But like, the more feedback you give me, the more feedback I can give you. And truth be told, most people give me very limited amounts of feedback. Most people don't journal their trades. They don't do any of these things. So I want to make it as easy for them as possible to get the coaching that they deserve. And so hopefully this will allow me to accomplish that. I am the only person who can see it, guys. Just FYI, the only person who can. No one else can. If you want to make your data anonymous, especially if you want to share it in the leaderboard, you can make your data anonymous inside the settings tab. So if you want to protect your privacy from other members, you're more than welcome to do that as well. All right, guys, any other questions here? Any other questions? So in my personal account, I use Interactive Brokers. And then for prop firms, I like to use Tradeovate as my broker of record. And I use that through My Funded Futures, Tradeify, and Take Profit Trader. I've got 8 accounts across those 3 companies. All right, guys, final call for questions here. Final call for questions. Hey, congratulations, Audrey. I expect you to be much higher than number 9 by the end of the day. So congratulations. Well done. All right. Anything else here, team? Anything else? Hey, you're trading micros and you're still making money. You can't complain about that. Guys, there's so much information on the platform over what my setup is, the tools that I use, all this kind of fun stuff. So absolutely, right? Like, go through all the resources. It'll answer all of these types of setup or technical questions. Again, I want to stress again, guys, right? Want to stress this again. This chat here, let's please keep this on topic and use this to discuss trading, not your account setup, not different copiers, none of this kind of stuff, right? You can control those variables outside of market hours, and we don't need to distract other people, right, with these tech issues. There is no such thing as the best prop firm. There's no such thing as the best broker. There's no such thing as the best trade copier. They all have their pros and cons, and you need to figure out which ones you like and which ones you use. Don't expect people to give you those answers for you, because that's not fair, right? So control the variables you can control and answer those technical support questions that you can answer using Google instead of bringing it into this chat. This chat should be for trading questions and trading discussions only. Those are the rules that everyone has agreed to prior to accessing the stream. If we are going to not follow those rules, guys, I will either ban you from asking further questions or I will shut off this chat, right? So the objective here, Waterman, right, is to not ask questions inside this chat that you can Google yourself, right? Because it is not fair for me to expect or for me to be able to answer broker setup questions for every single person. I'm going to have to Google the answer too, right? So save yourself the time and just do it yourself. My job is to teach you guys how to trade, not here to be your Best Buy tech support. The stream schedule, guys, is posted in the live stream tab. Everything is there. So again, please control the variables you can control. I've mentioned it multiple times here that the live stream will be active every day this week except maybe Friday, but I have a hard out. I've mentioned that 10 times probably this morning already. So again, please make it easy for me to give you guys feedback and support. Having to be a parrot is really frustrating. All right, guys, final call for questions here. Final call for questions. Yeah, look, if you're a newbie and you're trying to improve your trading, the more data you have on your trading will make it easier for you to improve. So yes, you should still upload all your trades. It doesn't matter if it's paper, doesn't matter if it's live. And yeah, Golf Theory, you can reach out to your DTR advisor. They will help you with any setup questions or anything along those lines. That is why they exist. So guys, there's so many tools for you available to fix your quote unquote tech problems or to help you set it up. You should be doing that before you join the live stream and show up prepared, right? Can't use this stream as an opportunity to basically try to catch up. That's not fair. So please, guys, pay people a lot of money and I spend a lot of time, right, fixing those resources to make sure everyone has all the answers they need. Use those resources and don't waste other people's time, please. All right, guys. So same deal like always, right? If you have any questions, hit me up outside of market hours. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But have yourselves a great day, team, and we'll talk soon.